Have you ever been doing something perfectly, like typing a text or playing a video game, and the moment you realize someone is watching you, you suddenly mess up? You aren't just nervous. You're experiencing one of the strangest laws of the universe. It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. Does reality exist if no one is looking at it? Or does the act of looking actually create what is there? Today, we are going to discover how the simple act of observation changes everything, from your behavior in a classroom to the behavior of the tiniest atoms in the universe. Let's start with a story. In the 1920s, at a factory called Hawthorne Works, researchers wanted to see if better lighting would make workers more productive. They turned the lights up. Boom! Productivity went up. They thought, great! But then, they turned the lights down just to check. Guess what happened? Productivity went up again. It turned out the workers didn't care about the lights. They worked harder simply because they knew they were being watched. This is called the Hawthorne effect. In the social world, measurement isn't neutral. It's a reflexive loop. Think about Instagram. Are you capturing reality, or are you creating a performance? When we know we are being measured, whether it's grades in school, likes on a photo, or a boss watching our screen, we change. We stop being authentic and start performing. We call this reflexive causality. There's a famous quote by an economist named Goodhart that says, "When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure." If a school only measures test scores, students stop learning how to think and start learning how to take tests. The measurement fundamentally changes the reality of education. We collapse the complex, colorful reality of learning into a single, flat number. Okay, so humans change when watched because we have egos and anxiety. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Matter does it too. Imagine a spinning coin. While it's spinning, is it heads or tails? Technically, it's a blur of both. It is a mix of possibilities. It only becomes heads or tails when you stop it, when you measure it. In quantum mechanics, this blur is called a superposition. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists fired tiny particles at a wall with two slits in it. When the scientists weren't looking, the particles acted like waves, rippling through both slits at once. They were in a state of pure potential. But the moment the scientists set up a detector to watch which slit the particle went through, the particles stopped acting like waves. They snapped into position and acted like solid bullets. The mere act of observation collapsed the wave function. It forced the universe to decide, okay, I'm here, not there. This suggests something profound. The universe might not be solid until we interact with it. As physicist David Bohm suggested, everything is an entangled wholeness. We aren't just spectators watching the universe. We are part of the recipe. So, whether it is a factory worker trying to look busy or an electron deciding where to land, the rule is the same. Observation creates boundaries. It defines what matters. When you measure something, you ignore everything else. This is the measurement cut. It creates feedback loops. The observer creates the observed, and the observed changes for the observer. This is why labeling is so powerful. If a teacher observes a student and measures them as gifted, that student often becomes smarter. If you measure them as trouble, they often become trouble. We don't just find the truth, we help co-create it. So, what does this mean for you? It means you have a superpower. The way you choose to measure your life changes your life. If you only measure your success by money or likes, you create a reality where you are constantly performing. But if you measure your life by curiosity, kindness, or effort, you create a totally different reality. The universe is waiting for you to look at it, so it can decide what to be. Be careful what you measure. Thanks for watching.
Stay curious.